last year, I decided, let me see what line a con really is. So I got in the registration line. 4 months later, I got into the con. Yesterday, at noon, there was not a single line for registration. There were 2 people in line for free registration. It's interesting. It seems like everyone comes Thursday night at a gigantic convention, and everyone comes Saturday at the end of the morning. I'm assuming most of you guys stayed around at night. Who here woke up in another location or another state or another town and just drove in this morning? You guys are hardcore, which tells you a lot of the people have a friend who's staying local or they have a hotel close enough that they slept over Friday night. Friday night is your big night to get as much sleep as possible. Saturday night is where everything's going to hit the fan. Saturday is going to be the night you're going to want to either be on the streets or on the rooftop to watch what's going down on the street. Yeah. Because that's when people lose it. Friday is your big sleep night.
Tonight's gonna be good night. That's all I know.
That's the whole song, though.
You got a feeling.
Repeat. Wait for Fergie to just creep you out. Size and distance matters with cons. If you do it a lot of anime conventions, you know that there are cons that can be done at community colleges, that can be done at huge hotels, spaces like this, at smaller hotels. Every time I work with Anime Land, they're an anime company out in the West, they always book a hotel the same weekend as a wedding. If you want to see horror and just vindictive bitterness on a bride's face, watch what happens when she walks past a cosplayer who spent double on her costume than she did on her wedding dress. That is a good feeling. That's a good feeling, like a bus drives by and it has like a Doctor Who or a Portal 2 poster and you just go, you're welcome. I played that. That's good. Smaller cons are fun because they are loose, casual parties. There's almost no reason, if a con is under 1,000 or 2,000 people, there's almost no reason to have a security staff or even lines. So as a result, no one is getting angry, no one's spending forever waiting in lines. It's just this casual clubhouse that everyone's floating around in. The bigger the convention, obviously you need to start building on administrative, you need to triple the size of the staff, you need to triple the lines, you need to start having just sections of the staff whose whole point is to guide people in the lines. But bigger conventions have the budget. They brought over Nobu, the composer of Final Fantasy. You bet I'm going to find out his hotel and maybe break in through the window, maybe smash it. Because you have the option of doing that. No, I'm doing it by myself. You can't come. This is a private thing. This is private. Don't follow me. What the hell? Larger cons obviously cost more money because the whole budget comes from all of us pulling together. It's a neat little experiment in socialism or communism, however you want to put it. There's no ladder of authority. But you have to juggle. Do I want to do a bunch of small regional cons around my state, around my school, around my town, and just see all my friends 2 or 3 times a year? Or do I want to save up and have that huge, this is my summer vacation, what's Disney World?
I know, right?
Screw Disney World, we have Johnny Wong Bosch.
Damn right, damn straight.
They really don't like Disney World.
Guys, seriously. More importantly, in red, set a budget. Say, this is how much money I need to save up from work, from allowance, to spend in the dealer's room. Because that's where I want you guys to spend.
It's also very important you be realistic.
Yes, all your time and money.
If you say, I'm only going to spend $200 at Otakon,
double it.
You're really not in the realm of realism. Sorry.
Save up, have that chunk prepared. Travel. There's so many ways to get to a convention. One is to drink the blood of a bronze tiger. But there are many pros and cons to all these ways. Obviously, most of you are probably going to get here by car.
What is that picture?
Okay, that's me wearing a War Ram hat. That is at RIT for Toricon. Jen, you took that picture, didn't you?
I took that picture.
Thank you, Jen. Jen took a picture. Everyone thank Jen.
Yay, Jen!
Anyway, RIT has a giant bronze tiger, and I looked at the tiger and I thought, I'm writing that. Whatever, I'm a guest, I'm an adult, let me act like it. To which Richard Epcar looks up and says, boy, ain't right. So how are you going to get there by car? If you're going by car, you have the option of bringing whatever you want. If you're bringing a car,
you have a trunk.
You have a trunk. Bring
Unless
a
you have a
cooler.
Miata. I don't have a trunk.
Bring a cooler. We'll elaborate why later on. Because a lot of this is going to be saving money and time on the biggest thing that's going to take you away from this.
That's right.
Food and sustenance. Planning out where to eat. You have a car, you can already pack snacks. You can hit a Wegmans or a Walmart or a big store right before you go to the convention. Pack up on water, pack up on snacks, pack up on nuts, on trail mix, on whatever you can to just keep your energy level up so you're not falling asleep and getting mugged and felt up in the line.
So a car
Too
allows
autobiographical, I understand.
Also, a car allows you flexibility with your schedule. You don't have to be hard set.
You can leave.
I'm going to the con at this time. I'm leaving at this time. You can, stay a little later, have dinner.
You don't have to plan ahead. If you're taking public transportation, you have a couple of benefits. One is you're just throwing your wallet at someone and never seeing it again. If you're taking the train, domestically, within a state, most major cities, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, even Baltimore, they have a limited public transportation system. Train is a nice, quick way to get you to and from. Using Amtrak, using Acela, going between states, that's a lot. We were able to take the bus down here for about $20 a ticket versus $70 a ticket from New York City down to Baltimore.
On Amtrak.
On Amtrak. Benefits.
Basically, don't take Amtrak.
Some benefits of the train. They do, unlike the bus, have nice travel spaces. On an Amtrak,
they're very nice.
you can fit anything save for a bent-up giraffe above you. Which, if you're bringing a dead giraffe to a convention, leads you to wonder, what kind of convention are you going to?
Safari.
Don't say furry. Huge space. Huge space. You don't have to worry about driving. You can sleep to and from there. Most buses, mega bus, bulk bus, that creepy Chinese thing, they have the internet. They have outlets. They have bathrooms on them.
I still insist that the bus I rode from DC to New York was the most uncomfortable travel experience I've ever had.
That's the biggest problem. Buses are cheap. Cheaper. Sometimes it can be cheaper than carpooling with a group of friends.
The seat was made of wood.
Yes.
It wasn't a cushion. It was just two boards I was sitting on.
Comfort's the main issue in a bus. Because otherwise, if you bring...
Also, if you're, let's say, generously proportioned, and I don't mean fat, I mean, for example, I'm about 6'1".
Yeah, you're tall.
I really wasn't very comfortable on the bus. But I couldn't slouch, I couldn't stretch my legs at all. It was not good.
My girlfriend was riding with us on the bus, and she's like 5'1", 5'2".
Cat is 5'2".
Her feet were not touching the ground. She was incredibly uncomfortable because her legs were not supported by anything. Buses have internet now. Buses, you can plan ahead of time. You can buy your ticket online and just get on, fall asleep, and wake up there. Problem is, you will wake up and your spine will be in the shape of an awkward letter, a Chinese letter.
I probably don't have the best posture I've ever had while traveling on that bus, but it's like,
All right, I'm gonna lean it back. All right, I'm done. That was great.
I didn't meet that cool Scottish girl.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened with her?
I don't know, email from time to time.
Aw.
Everyone encouraged George to email Scottish Girl again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Saving time and love. Taking an airline. Obviously, this happens. There are smaller airports that can get you across 2 states in maybe a half an hour. There are larger stuff if you want to go out to Anime Expo on the West Coast. If you're traveling by airline, this adds a whole nother level of complexity. 1, buying your ticket ahead of time as much as possible.
Yes.
2, knowing you have to be at that airport at least an hour and a half before it goes up, especially if you're traveling cross-state. They want you at the loading dock a half an hour before that plane even takes off. Get there an hour, go through security, then you're going through checking, then you're going through baggage check, then they want you to take off your shoes, then they want you to bend over.
You also,
There you go,
the
TSA.
bending over is critical.
You're also
extremely limited in what you can carry.
Extremely limited. If you can't pack for 3 days in a book bag, if you've got an elaborate costume, if you've got something that you want to show, if you're doing a panel, you need technology.
Airplane really not for you. However, if you have to go from, say, DC to Boston for, I don't know, PAX, flying is really your best bet. Because driving that is going to be 9 hours. Flying, 2.
95 is a painful thing.
95.
The Northeast is very congested. We can all nod this. We want
For
to do
those of you
whatever
who
we
drive
can.
between 95, between DC and New York,
Yeah.
you know it's bad. You know it gets more awful if you go north
Once
of
you
New
get
York.
past New York.
I
yeah.
know you don't think that's possible, but it really
It
is
does.
10 times worse.
It does. Okay, one last fact about the airline. You're basically sacrificing an entire day, one, to travel or have someone drive and drop you off at the airport, then to fly over. Yeah, if you're in the air for 2 hours to get across 4 states, 4 hours to get there, hour to get through. Now you've got to get to the convention. Maybe there's a shuttle taking you to the hotel.
Or
Maybe
you'll
not.
rent a car.
Most likely not. It's
Yeah.
problematic. Also, you have to remember your
It's
confirmation
expensive.
code. A lot of airports will let you check in automatically using your own name. But if you want to play it safe, text
Check in online.
yourself your confirmation code. Go in, your 6-digit code, you got your ticket, you're good to
Yeah.
Or if you have a
Give it a
fancy
go.
smartphone like I do, you can actually bring up the barcode and just put it under the scanner
Yeah.
and get your tickets. It's fun.
Check in
They
online.
help. It's good to be in the James Bond era.
You're not in the James Bond era.
I'm working on it. I'm more like in like the Roger Moore James Bond.
Yeah, you're in the GoldenEye era. I'm in the future.
Checklist.